Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and as promised, we are continuing where we left off. Well, kind of left off because we kind of did a little bit of work on the diorama last night, but yeah, we're continuing where we left off, or where I left off rather, where we're making this sort of a diorama that's kind of meant to, it's kind of meant to be a an answer to the Autobot side of my collection because there's a other. Uh, But as you can see, there's a big gap on the Autobot on the Decepticon side, and so that's what this diagram is going to be kind of filling in. We're going for kind of a blood red sort of moon or forest for the diorama here because it's meant to be kind of like, I guess it's kind of meant to be based in China or something like that. It's supposed to be like an Asian country, sort of not specific or anything like that. Just kind of, I just wanted to I just need to look cool. So it's like I was like, whatever. We have like a few little like accessories you can add to the diamond, like this thing, which I kind of did a little bit of a wash on. I'm still working on it, but um, yeah, my sweater off. It's hot in here. It's the middle of winter. It's hot down here, but yeah. So we're just gonna continue here we left off. I kind of did a little bit of a foliage sort of start here, or last time along with the forest trees. So I want to go like very simple colors, like kind of just like very bold, like black and reds, So and we also got the base layer, which is going to house this shelf's mostly meant to be for Nightbird and Bludgeon. So we have the base layer so far. We're gonna add some grass and all that at some point. Not too sure we'll get to the foliage because the glue stick I got kind of sucks. So I'm not too sure if I'll be able to use it for this one or not. But yeah, see who's in the chat. And we got Mike, CRC. Good to see you, man. It's quite the intro. Yeah, I've had it for a long time. I just don't use it as because for some reason. Okay, so when I first started this channel, I was able to use uh, the kit willy nilly, but I don't know, but recently they kind of, I think they kind of on my end. It was kind of, I think it might have just been a glitch on the StreamYard side. But yeah, for some reason I was able to use them for the longest time, then until recently where they cut me off for some reason. So, but now I got the paid for version of StreamYard, so now I have all the features. So got my clips back. So, but yeah, I think without further ado, I think let's get started here, and I think I want to get this guy started real quick, the base layer, and then we'll get in. Or let's do this guy actually first. I think that this stuff will kind of take the longest to dry, and I kind of want to do that first, get that started, and then we can do some of the smaller, the dry brushing and all that, which doesn't take as long to dry. So we'll do the background first. So put you to the ground, and this morning I actually did a little bit of a black wash on the foliage here, which just kind of add a bit more. And yeah, it is a little warped, the back layer, but we'll fix that later when we put another coat of paint on the backside. That usually kind of flattens it out, but I'm not doing that right now because that'll just make things all messier. So, and yeah, we'll just get started. And I'm trying to decide which colors I want to use. Plates. We'll use my smaller plates for this one before I use the big ones. I got sponge, so I'll use that. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. I might want to just do like an extra layer of trees, maybe. Pondering. You we'll do trees, but we'll do a different sort of a color. Just kind of make it look like it's coming more towards the foreground here, like sort of like a like a dark brown maybe. Or so I do need to have a little bit of green for this one. That's the kind of the tricky part with this. Is I wanted to go because I really want this to be a very very dark sort of environment. Um, and so I gotta make sure that trees kind of maybe just a little bit of green. I think maybe I can mix between green and black. Maybe way to go. As soon as I should layer trees, I just want to do a little bit of trees, and then we'll do the foliage on top of that. So do kind of a mix of brown and green here. Don't exactly have a foolproof plan just yet. Well, raw space, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really have a plan for this one. I was just kind of like, you know what, let's just do this. Okay, let's do your dynamic. Yeah, you suck. And just try to mix it together. I usually keep some of my old, like, kind of worn out brushes. That way I can use them for like stirring, mixing paint rather than using the good brushes. I like a greenish brown here. It needs to stand out a bit more, you know. That's the thing. Okay. Okay. How's that look? To start, I think we'll add some greens more on top of it as we proceed. And then you just gotta pick an avenue and go with it and stick with it. All right. All right. Let's go. Trust the process. Okay. So right side. Yeah. And it's about there. Just make sure you got. Yeah, okay. You get it for. I can't remember. I wasn't out all day. I was inside all day, so I wasn't really paying attention. But right now it's like -15, so Not too bad, I don't think. All depends on how windy it is, you know. Yeah, just been working on this all day yesterday. All right, it should be good enough for show off that a bit more. Good enough. Doesn't need to be perfect here. It's just foliage, so it's kind of a little lower. So I did like there's gonna be kind of a big like kind of contrast because the drift and wind blade shelf is a bit more, a bit more, I guess, peaceful because it has like it's kind of like in a mountain area in Japan with like cherry blossoms and mountains and all that. So it's like it has a more peaceful vibe. Which one, this one's going to have more of a, I guess, more spooky sort of vibe, like kind of a more eerie sort of vibe. It's kind of a what I'm trying to go for here. Okay, those are going to be my trees. Go back in with a green and maybe some black on top of it, just kind of make it add the shadows, where it needs to be. And then we'll add foliage on the bottom. So, but we'll let that dry for a bit, and we'll start doing some dry brushing on the base layer here. Turn around this. All right. Okay. Don't fall. All right. This should be okay. And I think I'll just grab some white tans. Don't have. We'll just do kind of like a very quick dry brush on the mud here, and then we'll. I think we'll add the grass in actually. I think we'll do a very, very patchy grass though, not going to be a full grassy environment because in a forest you don't really see big like patches of grass. It's kind of a mix between mud and dirt and rock and a little bit of grass, a little bit of foliage. It's kind of what you see most of the time when you go to a forest or whatever. I'd add a little bit of realism to the environments. That should be fine. Just using khaki. I'll put my put it away. Different plate. And then drop some in. And just in my paper bags. Oh, I'm not going to use this. Get as much of that off there and then just swipe. be as random as you want with this stuff because it's just meant to be like scratchy, sort of a rock or terrain or whatever. Dab but scratch at it, you know. It's, the more random, the better is what I kind of find. Is like the more random the movement was, the more believable. The sides. Now in the middle here, we're gonna have some water streaming down, so we'll have to put in some clay. I'm not too sure if the clay I have right now, I think it might have dried up, so I'm not too sure I'll be able to get to that today. So might need to do a quick Michael's run tomorrow. We'll see. And I also need to get new glue. I still have glue. It's just just won't come out of the nozzle for some reason. I don't know why. So I have to kind of use a brush to kind of like dig out the glue, place it somewhere. So I might be able to place the little thing here at some point, but I'm still working on that. I just need to. What's that right now? Stream. Don't listen to me. I'm just rambling now. Art rambles. And let's go around. Back whatever bits we missed here. One thing at a time. The thing is, I think about way too many things at the same time. It's my problem. That should be good enough. That's good enough. So I can't really do a whole lot of foliage. I can only do like grass effects and stuff like that. So, because the way I do my grass effects, I use this stuff, and I basically will lay down some green paint, and then I'll just kind of drop the sand of the grass elements into it, and then I'll kind of that will kind of glue or dry in together. It sticks to the foam like that. I mentioned I'm tired as hell today. Not today. All right. We need our grass now, though. We're kind of avoid this little area here, though, because this is where our little thing goes. So I think we'll start by kind of like building around it or in small patches, like right in here. So just use you. -8. Damn. All right. Okay. So I think this should be kind of like very like kind of grassy up in this area here. So do that. So I think the idea is kind of going to be like kind of going into a forest. That's a revive. So let's get a bit more. This is where you kind of want to have the paint a bit thicker because it helps capture more of the grass elements when you throw them on there. Okay, let's just pull them out. And just plop them in there. And hopefully most of it will stay stuck to the foam. If not, it's not a big deal because that's why I have the paint, because it kind of helps cover up the patches here, or the little patches. And it kind of adds a little more depth to the the grass elements here. So. But I think because I think MMC is making a new deadlock with their new drift mold, so I think that he could probably go on the shelf as well. I do have him on pre-order now, so. Nice to have that mold because I can't get rid of I really can't get rid of the drift I have because I as much as I want that new drift that they came out with, the one I have is the one I got when I met Peter Cullen and Frank Welker for the first time, so I don't think I want to get rid of that. So, too sentimental. Too sentimental. Oh, I just went over my shit. Let's go like this. So, okay. Gonna cover it up anyways. But I will be able to get the new mold now that they're making a deadlock. So I could just get another drift, but it's like I'm not really the kind of guy that wants to get like a million different versions of the same character. I'm just like, give me one good drift. That's all I need. Not one of these guys has to keep up with the trends and the new stuff. I'm just like, it's good enough. It's good enough for me. Yeah. Like I never really felt a need to replace my bad cube mini bots because they're not really the most important characters to me in the franchise. Like they're fine. I like Braun and all them, but it's like, yeah, just not enough to get the very very best version. It's like or swap to the next best thing. Like I'd much rather just kind of fill up the cast a bit more and then pick and choose which ones I swap out. With a few exceptions, like I swapped out my Shockwave, the masterpiece ones for the Cloud9 Shockwave because I just like the paint job on that one better and just had a bit more presence on the shelf. Just a more bigger, more beefier version of the character. Like because my main problem with the Hasbro, the Kara one is that it was just way too small or short. I don't know. Just didn't really fill out the shelf very well. Didn't really have a whole lot of presence. But yeah, that's just me. Oh, so this one's going to be for Nightbird and Bludgeon. They're going to be the kind of the ones to go here because the idea is to have them kind of mirror the Autobot side, where I have Drift and Windblade, the two samurai ninja types. So I want to have Bludgeon and Nightbird on the opposite side of that, on the Decepticon side. That way, there's kind of a bit of symmetry, like character-wise, or in that way. So I might need more paint. That's kind of. But yeah, so this is gonna be for Bludgeon and Nightbird, and then I don't know, maybe I'll put Deadlock in here. I might be able to fit one or two more people here. Depends on how big they are. That's the problem with Decepticons; they're always like way too big, so it's hard to kind of lay out a shelf with them. I mean, it's not hard. It's just kind of there's just not a whole lot you can really do with the diorama itself because you have to be very very simple with it. They're so big. But with Autobots, it's a little bit easier because they're a little bit more smaller most of the time. So kind of fill up this area just a bit more. Then after this, I think I might be redoing my Insecticon shelf because I think I'm gonna go different because the reason why because I moved my insect. Okay, so first of all, okay, yeah, I gotta show off my shelves in just a minute. I have to do this first, but I had the Insecticons in one place for a time, then I kind of moved them to another place in my display. And the reason why I did that was because, well, okay, first of all, it was in the. Oh, I'll just show it. But so right there with the Decepticons, like right above Devastator, is where the Insecticons used to be. But now they've kind of moved over to that little spot there above Six Shot. And the reason for that was I wanted to. I was thinking about maybe putting up saving that space for Terracons, and that was like the only like extra space I had that would fit the Terracons. But now the way I'm kind of thinking about my collection moving forward, I'm going a little bit different direction, and so now I can, and so I'm just thinking about maybe moving them back there, um, and that way I can kind of put in a few more like kind of like smaller, obscure sort of characters into the Insecticon space. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of a frustrating thing because I kind of had to downscale that original diorama. It's a different green. What the hell? Yeah, well, whatever. Where's my other green? Use the wrong one. Oh, there we go. Not that really matters, but yeah. So I'm thinking about moving them back there, because I'm going to be doing a different sort of thing for my season 3 and 4 characters. So just fill that in a bit more. Trying not to get in the space here because that's where the little platform's going to go, but it didn't really matter if I get a little bit in there. Just need a mental note. All right. So I'll probably have to redo the whole Insecticon shelf all over again, which is fine because I actually had a lot of fun doing the original one anyway. So, and now that I don't have to find a way to fit Nightbird on that, I can probably do a bit more interesting stuff with that diorama, and also maybe I can find a way to kind of make room for future deluxe Insecticons if they ever make those into like masterpiece scaled figures. So you can do that. Should be enough there. That's fine. And then do kind of a few like little patches here and there. Do like kind of a little bit here. And I'm just gonna fill that out. Hey, with one hand, yeah. No worries. Spread that out a little bit. Yeah, fill that out a bit better. Okay. Now, just fill out this little corner here. I think that'll be the last of the grass for now. I might fill this out a little bit more. We'll see. Let's do this real quick. Normally I use a brush to spread this out, but I don't feel like standing up to get it. So, yeah. Okay. All right, that should be it for that. Yeah, this guy's supposed to go like right up in here. That's why I didn't want to cover that with grass. Oh. Maybe an overhead camera for these kinds of streams. That'd be a lot better. But yeah, there's our little foliage over here. Just gotta let it dry for a bit. Lay down carefully so nothing falls off. And check on our trees. This guy still drying, so I'll kind of give that a minute and this guy away. And leave this. Oh, what are rocks? That's the rocks I had work on yesterday, so we'll do that. Kill some time, and we can probably work on the weathering for those other little things. Use you. Let's do a lighter shade. And let's go back in and tighten up those rocks here. Dry brushing. Just have a bit more realistic sort of texture. Yeah, with some white, probably, and some black. A little bit extra. Just want to kind of tidy up some of the areas I missed quick. And then we'll throw in some blacks and whites. My little rocks here will be done. Not sure how many of them we'll actually be using for this one, because sometimes too much is too much, you know. But it's always good to have them anyways, because you can always use them for other shelves and stuff. So fill out any spots we missed. These are blacks and whites, kind of there's a job here. Very, very simple. Got a surprise package from Keith in the way on the way here. Just got Alaska. Damn. I don't think I've ever had a package go to Alaska. Me. My stuff always goes either to Ontario or somewhere in BC before it comes to me. Which, speaking of which, I actually have the Joy Toy Ninja Turtles on the way, which I bought a couple of weeks ago. So they should be here. I'm hoping tomorrow. I think tomorrow. So I think they should be arriving in the city today. Um, it should be today. It's usually because they usually because the Shozi order from Shozi, and the people that and the China delivery system, they usually deliver on the weekends. So, but yeah, that'll be kind of cool. I might do an unboxing when that does happen. We'll see. So I have had my eyes on those for a little while. I saw them on sale, so I was like, buy them up. Only problem is I kind of bought them on a whim because I have no place for them laid out. So I'll have to kind of chill with my Autobots for a little bit until I find a home for them. It makes sense. That should be enough. Yeah, I have wanted to have a little bit of a Turtles representation. You know, even though I'm more of a Transformers guy, I do like Turtles too. So want to have a little bit of a representation of them. Collection. But aside from that, I'm not really expecting anything anytime soon. At least until more things kind of come out. But yeah, Blitzwing came, Blast Off came, so did pretty well this year. Actually, kind of finished off a couple teams here. Finished off my season 2 Decepticons with the Blitzwing, and then I also finished off the Combaticons and Senecons with the Dead End coming in finally, and then the Magic Square Combaticons there. So yeah, it's been a pretty good year. I was kind of hoping to get my aerial bots finished, but I didn't get around to doing too much aside from Silver Bolt and Slingshot. But I think next year might be the aerial bots year. But we filled out quite a bit of the protected bots though, so pretty happy with that. And some black. Can't use up too much of that. Not really worried about them waiting to dry. They're rocks, so I'm gonna be too careful with how pretty they look. So there's a little bit of smudging. It's not that big a deal. Good. Oh, planned out. Oh, nice. Dinobots and Dragons. Nice. Yeah, that'd be cool for people who do need those representations. almost want to get a new Birdicus because mine's kind of falling apart. So not falling apart, but like he still stands tall, strong. But would be nice to have one that can actually be posed, so not just be an A stance. But yeah, like I said, not really in the market for swapping. I'm more in the market of filling out, filling out the casts. So bag right now. Enough there. A little too much. Well, I've actually kind of thought about getting more Dinobots though, another set. Just so I can display one in Dinobot mode, one in bot mode, but I haven't fully decided if I want to go that way because I don't know if I have space for it. I guess I could put them in the middle, but they're kind of redundant. But yeah, we'll see. I could put them with the season 3 cast. I got another set and have them kind of scoring off against the Predacons. I could. Sorry, I'm in my planning mindset. Because the way I kind of have it mapped out in my head is I want to have a shelf for season 3 and 4 kind of right next to me, to my left. Um, that way I can kind of keep all of season 1 and 2 kind of in the movie all kind of in one spot, and then kind of have sort of nice distribution of the whole cast. Have one side season 3 and 4, the other side would be the original. So uh, yeah, I got a lot of things in my mind. Just gotta get the other side of the basement plant or curated before I can do anything. Though that's the only problem with me. No, all I can do is plan. Uh, yeah, let's get some white. Now we get these rocks finished off here. Oop, shit. Drop them. There we go. But I think that MMC is supposed to be finished off their cassette tapes that they should be having. I think that their Ram horn's coming out pretty soon. So if he arrives by the end of Christmas, which I doubt, but I think he's gonna be coming in January or February. would be pretty crazy though if they knocked them out this year. I got my season 2 Autobots finished at least. At least of the core cast, you know. Still need Omega, still need a Jetfire, still need the rest of the Aerobots and all that, but first world problems, am I right? Yeah, it's kind of a good thing they don't come out as frequently, though, because like it allows me to kind of save money, spread out the cost a bit. I like nice little breaks. And 2 more after this. There should be no rocks. And we'll see if we can. Looks like they're still drying, but I can probably squeeze in some green into those trees there. So not gonna worry about it too much. Okay, and just do this last one, and then we'll move on. Okay, those are our beautiful rocks. That's kind of goofy looking. All right. But the little rocks, hopefully we'll find a spot for them in the environment once it's finished. If not, then we just save them for some other values. Oh, actually, probably do some weathering on this thing here real quick. Back to my browns. Yeah, so this is the little platform here I got off of Timu, I think. Yeah. So just gonna go ahead and dry brush some things, make it look weathered and battered up. Not fall over like it. Just kind of be as random as I need to be. I'm not gonna worry too much about the backside here because you're not gonna see it. Just doing what I can to make it look kind of dilapidated and kind of abandoned, you know, that sort of vibe here. a little bit more brown here. Just kind of bring that back just a little bit. I tried my FT, the official one. Yeah, I think I like I think I like the FT a little bit more, just aesthetically. It looks better, but the official looks pretty good too. Just add a little, maybe a little too orangey. But let me fix that in just a minute. But yeah, Jetfire is kind of the main, like, sort of glaring hole in the season one shelf or cast there. There's missing their big boy. Just a little bit of red. Burgundy at. Just add a little bit of red. Yeah, put a little bit too much black into the. What the hell is that? Oh, I got the beige on it. That's fine. All right. But yeah, I'm really glad that they are bringing back that Keith is bringing back the Retgar because he was like I think it was like $800 or something like that on AliExpress last time I was there. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend $800 on a freaking Retgar. It's like nope. Devastator, sure. Retgar, nah. It's like oh wait. Just add a little bit of red here. Okay, I do need to get my Junkions going because they are going to get their own shelf. Because as well as Quintessons, I just don't know which ones I'm going to go for when it comes to Quintessons. Because I want I want the X Transplants ones. I just don't think they'll fit on the shelf I want. Because I'm going to do the Quintessons. I want to do the Sharpticons as well. You know. Yeah, and I'm sure. I'm not sure if I can fit all that on just one shelf. So it's gonna be kind of a. It's gonna be a tight fit, but let's see if I can make it work. So it might be a little bit too big for the space I have. I might try to hunt down the Impossible Toys ones. We'll see. We'll see. Red just a little bit more. And I'll go back in with some black to ruin it all again, all over again. Just All right. Let's do a little bit of gray. A little gray. Maybe just a little touch of green. Also put like a bunch of like foliage around it. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, make it look like it's been used or what have you. I'll have to wait until later to do that stuff. There we go. I think that'll work. Yeah. Good. I think I'm going to start my comic in a different way now. Ooh, nice. Yeah. I think it should be good enough. And there's a little bridge as well. Get that going. Start with this stuff here. I'm not gonna worry about getting the inside. Just don't care enough to do that. Yeah, I think I'll put this like kind of at the edge of the river when all is said and done. What is that? Break off? I don't care. Something breaks off just means it adds more character. But I really would like to do like a lockdown shelf. The more I'm thinking about it, like kind of like an armory for him. Just not really a whole lot of lockdown options out there for a masterpiece and kind of like G1 style. So yeah, that's one card I really want to see made into like a masterpiece scale. I mean, I guess there is the MMC one, but it's like really expensive on the aftermarket because MMC is horrible when it comes to doing reissues. They take forever. But yeah. Yeah, it should be enough. Oops, get that little ridge. Can. Here's our little bridge. We'll add later on. Can't add it yet because the I still need to add the water to the river, so I can't really do much there. So I'll probably do tonight. I'll see if I can get the clay. If the clay is still working for me, I think it might be dried up, but if it's not, do that. But if not, I'll have to go to Michael's tomorrow and get some new clay. What else? Okay, guess we'll just see how our trees are doing. We probably, yeah, they're doing good. Pretty much done, so we can probably add some extra green to that. I'll add a little bit extra green, and then maybe some black, and then we'll do some foliage in the front here. Oh no, we gotta add the tree trunks first. Then we can do the other stuff. The stool. Green. Just kind of following my brown lines here earlier. See that? Yeah. Just make sure it's on camera. It's a little bit bright, but I can obviously change that once we go. You're going. Still want to kind of keep this kind of night sort of a vibe. Try to make it as dark as kind of possible. So I actually have these bamboo trees. Had for a little while now for this diorama specifically. It's, it was kind of meant to be. It started off as China, but it's kind of a not really. It could be either or. But I last night I kind of doused them in black wash, so just waiting on those to dry because I want because the trees, the bamboo trees I ordered, they were like really bright green, and so that would look kind of weird next to this like really dark sort of background. So what I did was I added a black wash to them, and now they're just kind of darken them up just a little bit. So hopefully that kind of bridges the gap. I'll just kind of bring this all together. This, our tree trunks. I'll do some blacks, and then we'll do the foliage, and that'll be it. Not it. All right. So our trees on that side. Show you the edges. All the brown trees here as best we can. I'm going to use black for the stems. Make it stand out a bit more. Yeah. There's our trees pulling. Some water. And start. Trees. And I should be able to sneak in some blacks here. Grab the first mood in. That works. The other one's going. Hey, Mrs. Good to see you. Oh, by the way, guys, let me know if the stream how the stream quality is. I'm using my laptop for streaming now, so let me know if there's actually been an improvement in the visual and sound quality and all that. Because I'd like to know. Can't really tell on my end, obviously, but Apparently, last time my game quality was really good, according to Follow Dave. So nice to know if my stuff is getting better. That should be good enough. That's kind of Christmassy, red and green. Oh, doing that. All right. Later, missus. Have a nice nap. Okay. Should be for my stems. I just gotta wait. Might put some extra trees and foliage on top of that. Just gonna get that looking a bit more sense. Not sure if I like that. Sure, I like them very much. Grab a brush here. Kind of fix up trunks. Maybe some thicker ones. You maybe too much thickness. Yeah, that's good. Just to kind of triangle off this way. So be perfect. Just need to have the shape down. All right. Let's screw that one up. Oh, well. I'll probably just cover it up with some foliage. Anyways. Yeah, I think we'll add a little bit extra trees, and then we'll do our foliage in the front. And then maybe I'll add some extra black as well. So that's like green, black, and then the foliage, and then that'll probably be it for the trees here, and then do the little foliage. And that should be all we need to do for this one. that one. Yeah, that's fine. Do the big one next, so to speak. So after this, because I'll probably have to wait for this to dry, I'll check on my clay, see if I can work with it. If it's not, if so I have a few things of clay, so I might try a few different things here. But if it's working, then we'll do a quick run through with the clay and kind of sculpt it out. But not, we'll call it a wrap because otherwise it's gonna be me, you, and paint drying. Can't really do much else after this. That's the worst part of these dioramas, just like waiting, the wait for paint dry. Because like when you finish one task, like it's like you're just like waiting for that one task to finish it all off. I have an extra fan brush. Actually, I might use that for the trees. Try to go for a pine tree sort of look here, almost. This is kind of a vibe. But yeah, I'm hoping to kind of get back into the swing of things when it comes to draw streams and stuff like that more frequently because I think the new laptop will kind of help me make more better and better quality streams. Maybe just like videos, edit videos, like some like time lapse videos, more of that sort of thing, which I haven't really done in a while, just because I just never really, I just kind of stopped because it's like the quality just wasn't there, like of the videos. I mean, not necessarily art, what debatable, but it was just like the stream quality. I tried to take the time lapses from just wasn't all that good, so I just didn't really see the point in kind of continuing to do that. Um, Spirit, I just like, let's just wait a little bit, get better equipment, and then kind of come back to it. It's my sort of a vibe. I'll do this one. Okay, grab this one. I am looking at my YouTube side. It looks pretty decent actually, but stream quality. So doesn't look all muddied up. All that shit. Let's find this one just a bit. Ariana paint. Yeah, it should be good enough. Yeah, good enough. All right, just let that dry for a bit, and we'll check on our clay, see if I can work with it, if it's going to be any problems in that. Ooh, already falling apart on me. Jesus. Ooh, it's really fucking dry. Let's see. Okay, warm it up, maybe. No. Yeah, it's just falling apart on me. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do this. Particular anyways. Let's try other bags, maybe. Orange, you're up. How are you? Oh, hard as a rock. Jesus. Yeah, no. I won't try it. This side's not too bad. Use this, okay. All right, we do a little sculpt work on the water here. It's actually kind of good that it is orange. Well, it's kind of good and kind of bad because that means I'll have to paint it white later on. But at least helps me see which parts are supposed to be water, which ones aren't. Oh, I need glue. Shit. Need glue first. You seem empty. Feel empty. You feel like there might be some fight left here. All right. I like to lay down some glue whenever I use clay. So that way it kind of stays in place and doesn't move around and stuff. Grab a brush that we're willing to sacrifice. Greater good. Start with the front. That's where the thickness is. Luckily, there's not a whole lot of water in this diorama, so it shouldn't be too. Spread that around. Probably should grab some gloves, but I'll be a trooper. Shit. Fall over, asshole. See how much we can get out of this. Hopefully this will be enough. At least we can get some of this filled in. Triangle shape almost. I do want to get a new glue bottle before I add all the extra foliage bits. Walking out. Stay in place. That's all. And glue and the clay get used to each other. Just fit that as much as I can. Just pressing. Worry about making the waves and all that stuff later. That. Just need to fill out this space more as much as possible. Bigger chunks. Just to fill it. Just yeah. Okay, let's see how much we can get out. How much more we can get out of this. There. One big chunk. It's definitely dried up. Need you. Still here just to finish the job. So yeah, drawing for tomorrow. Yeah, no worries, man. Feel free to pop in, pop out. after I do this clay work, I'm probably gonna let it sit for a minute. Just let it settle in before I do any big carving bits. So my trees are drying pretty fast. I don't want to jinx it on some areas. So I think after this, I'm probably gonna call it a wrap. See how far we can take this. We're so mad if I can only get half of it. We'll make it work. Just keep pushing. But after this, I don't think I'll need any more glue, at least until the edge here, because it'll all stick to this stuff here. So I'm not sure. Your hands on the grass. So I should be okay. Just here. Have to use up all the glue. Yeah, because the Michaels I was at yesterday ran out of the regular glue I used, and so I had to get a different bottle. That bottle sucked, so kind of a scavenging for glue now from older bottles. Warm it up. Seems okay. Yeah, it's starting to pop off. This bottle might be done. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. I'll look up clay, see if I can warm it up, maybe. Maybe. Keep going, so to speak. Undry it. That's even possible. Let's see. Fuck. Nope. Nah. All right, I think it's going to be it then. This guy's not going in. So I guess that's going to be it for the clay because everything else is dried up. So, this one might be okay. All right, that might be okay. So dry. Should have got a fresh bag and didn't think. Oh well. When do I ever think? Just got one little creek to go. You do it. We'll push forward. Okay, turn around. See what else we got. Very quick. Bastards. There we go. Oh, it's gonna be a bitch to paint. So I might paint it brown, then put the because I have some like gel I still have left over from the last stream I did, or last was it? Oh, that was the 6-shot dynamo. I had a little bit of a water effect for the geysers, so I might try that for this. So what I could do is go for a brown for a base, and then put the blue uh, gel thing on. It'll kind of because the gel kind of adds like a little bit of a ripple effect for the water, so it makes it more realistic. So I might do that. For this one here in particular, just because I want to keep that kind of dark sort of vibe going on here. See how much we can squeeze in here. So all this is just drying up on me. Yeah, you suck. Some sook. Dive it in. Just snake this guy in. Almost there. Just one more little creek here. We're good. This is way too chunky here. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just need something that. All right. Shit. All right, we can do it. We can do it. No doubters here. You know. Shit. Oh. Made. All right. Sucks. That won't work. It'll have to work. There we go. Fucking did it. Oh. Should have got a fresh bag though. The pain. Shit I do for my Transformers toys, am I right? I'm just gonna press that in, kind of sandwich it in with the other clays. No glue stains. My fingers. All right. Just gonna use a flat sort of thing here. Just kind of move it out as best you can. There we go. There we go. We did manage to get the water in. Just gotta wait for this to dry for about a day. It's pretty dry already, so shouldn't take too long for it all to kind of fully dry out. So maybe tomorrow we can do the paint here. Probably paint it up and then go from there. Or I might do the way I did the water on the Combaticons, where I painted it white and I used a blue wash. But what I could do for this one is just do like a brown wash on top of the white. That might be a better option. Yeah, we'll try that. Yeah, smoothing it out. And then we can try to add some ripples here and there. Try just nice and smooth here. All right. Just gonna press the clay together to smooth it out. That's a good way. I'm just using an extra brush to do this stuff. Just use whatever has like a smooth edge to it. Will work fine. For Probably something that's strong and sturdy, like a wood or plastic or even metal, sort of a surface or tool, whatever. Especially if you're working with really tight, drying clay here. Luckily, all the crappy bits of clay are in the back. You don't really see them too much, so that's why I started with the front. All the good pieces of clay. Since it's a river, it's gonna be kind of more streamy water, so more ripples, more that sort of thing. Just gonna try to sculpt out the water ripples here. Smooth it out. I have seen people use silicone actually for this sort of thing, but I have never used silicone, so I'm not gonna try it right now. I don't think I have any in the house, so can't do it even if I wanted to. I'm sure I'll try other things as keep moving forward with these dioramas. Yeah, I really wanted to do a Ninja Turtles diorama for those Joy toys on the way, which sounds it sounds dirty. Why would you name your company Joy Toy? It's like you're just asking for all the dirty jokes in the world. Just asking for a degenerate like me to call it something like that. Hey, I got percentage. Gotta leave room for the side walls when they go in to the shelf. Just flip around back to the back side here. Yeah, but that's what we'll call it a wrap. It's went for almost 2 hours, so did pretty well today though. Quite a bit done. The trees are almost done actually. Might just do them tonight. We'll we'll see what else we can do. So I'm kind of limited because I still need to get a better glue bottle before I can add the extra like foliage bits and stuff like that. I have a bunch of like foliage I want to use for this one. Probably not going to use all of it, but we're probably only going to use a couple pieces because they're actually pretty big pieces. Actually, ones I got, but I want to use them anyways. You want to save them for another diorama in the future. Which I bought a bunch of like sea plants actually a couple months ago. I just have a huge bag of all these like little bits of sea plants that I don't have. That and I only got them because in the hopes of them doing Seacons one day. I can just do a whole underwater sort of scene because that's one thing I really want to do. The whole underwater. It'd be really cool. I think it'd be cool. So I like to do like different dioramas, so different environments for these ones. Just be some more fun. That should be good enough. All right. There's our water so far, a little river running through, and we will have this thing kind of thing up here, and this boy up in here at some point once it's all said and done. But yeah, there's the base so far. Got quite a bit done today. Got the grass in, all that. Some dry brushing. So I think we're good to go. Also have the rocks here, so we can place them wherever. It's all good to go. So yeah, but just gotta wait for this all to fully dry, and the same thing with the back walls. Yeah, we'll go from there. Might stream tomorrow. We'll see. Just not too sure how much I'll be able to stream tomorrow because I'm not sure if there's a whole lot left for me to do for this one. Well, I still do foliage and stuff like that, but hope if the water dries tomorrow, then I will stream tomorrow. If it doesn't stream, because I don't really see the point in just doing the foliage. So I think I'll just wait until all this is fully dry, then we'll stream again. Um, so yeah, on that note, I think I'm good to go here. I think I did enough for today. So just gonna pack it in. So thank you, Mrs. and Mike, for dropping by and spending a little time with me as I paint and ramble and all that stuff. So on that note, I think I'll wrong monitor use my laptop. Because need a good little blurt or not blurt clip in this off on. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.
Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Boy, these are good.
This stuff's the greatest. Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly Earth disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal moon.
You will not escape the mighty shockwave!
Hey, Mighty Shockwave! Take this!
Shit! You bitches! Get back here!
Bye-bye! Loser! You suck!
Those bitches!
Amazing. A booby trap that actually catches boobies.